Hey, what's going on, people? Today I want to shoot a video about cause and effect. What is cause and effect? Well, cause and effect is sort of an old philosophical term that goes all the way back to Aristotle, and even further back that if you go into the Buddhist term of karma or karmic action, karmic reaction. But essentially what cause is that for every action, for every intention, for every motivation, or for every situation, it creates an effect in your life, inside of you, in the universe, depending on what aspect of it you're looking at. Now, and the Buddhist one is, as the Buddha said, is that an intention is the cause, and then the result is the effect. Essentially, just really starting to get into the deeper meanings of it in the Buddhist sense. But the cause is essentially the world within you. You know, a lot of people try to change the world by other outside circumstances, their external world. You know, they try to look for things over here that they can take to make their life better, things over here they can take to make their life better, or to get this job and everything will be okay. But the reality is that getting that new job, if you're going to have the same habits and the same beliefs in yourself and in the world, the new job's not going to help you. The cause is inside of you. It's the belief that you have inside of yourself or what's capable, and your general attitude, the vibrations that you send out into the universe, just your overall well-being, basically, and how you feel about yourself in life. When you're really happy inside, when you're naturally in the flow, then you naturally attract great things to you, and the effects on the outside world start to reflect the way that you feel inside, because things like power, strength, confidence, happiness, these are all your birthrights, and you have to live into these things. And when you live into these and you start to accept them as your reality, and you see that they all come from within you, then nobody can take them away from you, because it doesn't matter if you lose everything or if you gain everything. You're always going to be happy. You're always going to be full of joy and love and peace and harmony with the natural law, and amazing things will start happening to you. I promise you. I mean, I've been all over the world. I've seen crazy stuff in my life, and it's always when you're in the natural flow that the best stuff starts to happen. The relationships that you want to happen. You might meet that girl that you've always wanted to meet, or that guy you've always wanted to meet. You land the job you want. You get the income you want. Who knows? Maybe you win the lottery. Whatever it is. You also, you get a trip, or you take a trip to Europe, you know, whatever. You know, I've been out here in Sweden. It's badass. Let me tell you about it. I'll do that in a second here. But the cause and the effect. Now, a lot of people, you might be listening to this and you're like, oh no, you know, law of attraction, you know, what happens if I start attracting all this bad stuff, and, you know, my cause, I don't feel good inside, so my world's going to reflect it. Well, it's okay. You can calm down for a second, because the effect is slow. The effect is essentially the universe. You know, we see the cause within ourselves, and we see how the way we genuinely feel towards the people around us and towards our circumstances and situations changes the effect of the world around us. And it's a slow effect, though. You know, it takes a few months, and it could take longer. It could take a year, depending on how strong your belief is and your faith and the clarity of your vision of what you want, the goals you're striving for. But it's okay. You know, right now you might be feeling a little down. You might be a little depressed, or maybe you're really depressed. I understand. You know, I was addicted to drugs for a long time, and I lived in depression. I lived in a constant state of worry and fear and envy and jealousy and lust and hatred, just all the dark forces of the universe. I mean, what they talk about in the Return of the Jedi and like the Star Wars movies about the Force and about hatred leads to the dark side, envy, jealousy, it's all real. I mean, it's really Lucas stemmed it from Eastern philosophies, and like the Buddhist and Taoist and Hinduism and whatnot, their ways of belief. And it's okay if you feel like that, because I did for a long time. And it wasn't until last March that I ultimately had to change, because I just saw that my world within was causing a shadow around me in the world without, and the people that I cared about. It was like a glooming cloud that was covering up the bright sun. That was me, you know, that was my real true self. And you have that sun inside of you too. The energy inside of you is so abundantly clear and beautiful and happy and energetic. When you allow it to start flowing from you naturally, it's an amazing thing. But it takes some time, and you know, you might be wondering now, how can you change the effect? How do you change the effect? Well, of course, you have to change the cause. You have to change your inside world. You have to change your mindset. Mindset is everything. You have to change your beliefs. You have to change your thought patterns, your thought process. And this sounds overwhelming, and it is at first. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to puppy dog you here. I'm going to be real. I'm going to tell you that when the changes start to happen, it's a bit scary. But once you start to see the results in your life and your overall attitude towards yourself and others, you'll never go back. Once the awakening happens, once the path to enlightenment happens, there's no going back. Once you learn the separation of you and the ego and whatnot. And I'm not going to get into all this right now, because there's no point. But You can start to do this at any time. At any time, you can make the decision that you're going to change your life, and you're going to start believing in yourself more, and you're going to start having a better attitude towards others. Now, how are some of the ways that you do this? Well, first of all, I really recommend meditation. And I recommend starting with a simple meditation of just sitting, just being, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do. And it's going to be hard for a lot of you. And once you've mastered that, then you go into, focusing on your breathing and recognizing your thoughts, seeing how many thoughts are really coming into your head all the time. And from there, you really start to try to control your thoughts. And this is a good way to do it, is think to yourself, I wonder what I'm going to think next, or I wonder what my next thought is going to be. And then like a cat watching a mouse hole, watch for your next thought. And when it comes up, swat it down and do it again. And you'll be surprised at how many thoughts are constantly trying to pervade the space of your mind. And another step towards this, besides meditation, of course, cutting out all media, all negative media, the news, newspapers, tabloids, all that garbage feeds your mind with useless, controversial, really deadening information that's going to hurt you in the long run. And to really not surround yourself with anything negative, people, places, things, or anything, and really start taking in information that's going to help you grow. Reading books like The Secret of Letting Go by Guy Finley, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, The Master Key System by Charles Hannell, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, The 4-Hour Workweek, Timothy Ferriss. I mean, there's endless amounts. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. There's literally an endless amounts of information out there. And then, plugging into different audios. Our Inner Circle training's awesome. There's audios all over YouTube. Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, Michael Beckwith. I mean, it's literally Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is phenomenal for creating a better way of life for yourself. If you really focus on what Oprah's doing and think about what kind of person she is, how many people she's helped, and you model yourself after these people. You don't just listen to them and study them, but you model yourself after them. You think, what would Napoleon Hill do in this situation? What would Oprah Winfrey do in this situation? These are all different steps you can take to really bettering the cause inside of yourself. And then the number one thing that I can say that will change the cause is gratitude. Cultivating deep and profound gratitude for what you have, not what you don't have. You see, the secret of life is that you get what you focus on. If you focus on always being broke and always being overweight, you're going to stay broke, you're going to stay overweight. If you begin to focus on what you want and what you have, you begin to focus on the loving relationships that you have, or the loving relationships that you want to cultivate. If you start to be appreciative for every dollar that you make, if you start to be appreciative for every friendship that you have, then you'll start to really grow inside, and the gratitude will attract these things to you. There is nothing in this universe that can put you closer to the source of all wealth than a deep, profound feeling of gratitude, and to keep this gratitude at all times, and to keep in constant prayer. And I'm not talking on a religious sense. If you are religious, awesome. Some of you are religious, some of you are scientific, some of you are spiritual. I'm all of the above, really. I don't classify myself by any certain way or any way of life. I believe in God, I believe in the universe, I believe in the 0-point field, I believe in the subconscious mind. I believe that you can't have any without the other, and that they all coincide with one another. But I really encourage all of you to start this path to abundance, to start this path in the process that's already within you, because it is your birthright. Freedom is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. Happiness is your birthright. And you can gain all this through a deep, profound feeling of gratitude, cutting out negativity, changing the cause inside of you, which will ultimately change the effect of your life, which is the universe. And the universe is but a slow effect. So, whatever you're doing right now, maybe you're looking for a better way. Maybe you're looking for a mentor. Well, I can mentor you. I can guide you. I know what's worked for me. I know it's worked for a lot of other people. And what I'm telling you right now isn't just from me reading books. It's not from me just listening to audios. It's from me completely making a very powerful, life-changing decision and transformation that's ultimately taken me around the world and given me complete freedom. And I know how I can help you do the same thing with your life. So wherever you're going at, no matter how dark you think your life is, no matter how good you think it is, it can always get better. And I promise you I can help you do that, because I haven't met many people in my life who've had a harder, darker background than I have. So with that being said, I love you guys. I really want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you found some value for it. I encourage you to connect with me on Facebook. My name is Hank Klinger. I encourage you to check out my blog at tattootraveler.com. And the next thing you need to do is take your mouse, click the link below this video, and enter your email on the next screen. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.